Morning everyone. So week number 2 of this vlog, well nearly a week, coming up to a week. Feeling okay, stunning day here in South Wales, nice and early, 6 in the morning. Looks like it's going to be another warm sunny day in April, so that's really nice. Feeling pretty good this week actually. I'm off work, taking a week off, which I had planned around about a month ago, but it's come at a really good time. Typical ADHD fashion, I've started so many things over the last couple of years in sort of that pursuit to try and get stuff done, feel better, and I haven't finished any of them. Well, finished some of them, that's a bit harsh. It's a little bit unfair of me to say I've finished none of them. But because I can't do them perfectly, or haven't been able to do them perfectly, and get them done as I want, they've just gone on the back burner, and time's a big one. If I'd had the time, I would have done them. But starting those things has just stressed me out so much. And having them not complete, even though I just can't complete them, then fries me. So that's been, it's been bloody difficult. You know, just like jobs on the garden, jobs on the house, that you can't get done in a weekend when you've got children and other stuff to do. So, had a week off. Unfortunately, the first weekend of Easter was bloody wet, so I couldn't really do a great deal outside, but that wasn't the end of the world. We had some nice family time, saw some friends, and the last 3 days just been cracking on. So I am actually feeling fairly motivated, and some stuff has come together, and the outside of our house isn't a million miles away now from where we want it to be. And I do feel, and I have felt for years, that when that's done, and yeah, of course, general maintenance and stuff, but big jobs like installing decking, building a pergola, retaining walls, those sort of things, you can't just whip up, as I said, in a day. They're a good couple of days work. So once they're done and the garden is word for word sorted, I'm going to feel a lot more positive, I think, and it's going to allow me to almost remove one of those things that's constantly there nagging away in my head. I'm going to be able to remove that because I just know it's done. And I do feel that that's going to stress you out a lot less, which I'm really looking forward to. So 6:25, out for a little jaunt with Rexy. Hey boy. Yeah, Rex has been a bit slow, so Rex hurt his back about 2 months ago. He's nearly 6. Quite badly, so he lost use of his back end. Luckily, I'm a chiropractor and I actually do treat animals. That's mostly what I do now in terms of new clientele. So we've got all the equipment on site, which is fab. So he's been having lots of treatment. But that's just another thing with all. I just feel like we're going through one of those periods of life at the moment where, don't get me wrong, we haven't got a hard life compared to a lot of people in this world. So this isn't a complaint, but you know, when everything just feels to come at once. And that's something that has always overwhelmed me. Now I know why. But before I didn't know. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, good morning. Well, that's a still shot if ever I saw one. Yeah, so, yeah, we just feel at the moment that everything has kind of come at once. Our little girl, she's got a few things, not bad, but just, you know, she needs a bit more attention at the moment. Rex hurt his back and literally couldn't walk for about 3 weeks. So we've been rehabbing him, which he's doing a lot better now. And Rex, moving a bit better. Yeah, he's on the mend, but that's been a stress. And looking back, I now understand why those sort of situations have just been so overwhelming. Is when everything just comes at once. But that's the strange thing. I can cope with it really well. It's just the toll it takes on me. And I think that's probably been the overriding thing with myself, and sort of looking back at ADHD, which now I understand a lot more and can rationalise a lot more, is I was probably, and probably still am, I guess, it doesn't change overnight, is it? One of those people where if you want something done, I'm probably the guy to come to, but it's the toll it takes on me to get those things done. That sort of borrowing from tomorrow, energy-wise, exhaustion-wise, to do today. And I just always feel like I'm in debt and just reeling, really. And I think following on from that point, the reason why that sort of has always stress me or put undue load on my sort of mental capacity is when something new comes in, then it's, I suppose it's more fresh, and I wouldn't say more exciting per se, but it takes up all my focus and I can't not give it that focus. And I think that's where a lot of maybe friends, family members and stuff just don't understand, is you can't choose that, you can't help it. So if someone else comes in then and you've got to focus on that, for me anyway, I either have to fully immerse in it and get it done, or just back burner it and not start it. Unless I can do it, I just don't even attempt it. And then that has, I suppose, come over as lack of interest, not interested, don't care, lazy, I've asked you but you won't do it, kind of those sort of comments, which obviously you understand now, but yeah, it makes me pretty shit at the time. But also it's so frustrating for other people around us, I guess. But yeah, I've had a bit of a busy 6 to 12 months really, but it's all coming better now, I guess. Little bit gutted regarding medications. I was Easter weekend, so I'm talking to you after Easter weekend, but I put my application in for online consultation and then obviously medications to follow, with potentially numerous visits to online, to tweak those medications. And I must admit, I was holding out for a fairly quick appointment. It's not horrendous. I applied last week. Obviously, it was bank holidays, and I heard back yesterday. I filled in the form straight away. Haven't had a confirmation email, which has stressed me out a bit, so I've sent them an email to chase that up. And yeah, the earliest I could book in with any of the clinicians was the end of the month, 28th to 29th of April. And I didn't expect it this week, but well, yeah, I did. I suppose I kind of, maybe would there be 1 or 2 slots end of this week, early next week, but I just expected to be seen next week, and maybe that's selfish of me and a bit self-indulgent, because, 3 weeks? It's not horrendous. I'm 37 and I've lived all these years without medication, so I'm sure I can go another 3 weeks. And now with other stuff, which I'll talk about in a bit, it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, I can't help but feel deflated. I suppose because I'm looking forward to it a lot, I really am. Can't really say how much I am. I really hope I can just get a little bit more, I don't know, just turn the volume down in my head a little bit. Just try and get a little bit more inner peace in my mind. It's just a bit more quiet, and focus isn't a problem when I'm focusing on something. Just, when you're just doing nothing, or just chilling, driving somewhere, or I don't know, going for a walk. Now I'm talking to you guys, so I'm completely immersed in this. But if I wasn't, I'd be thinking about something. What I got to do today? What have I got to buy? What's my next move at work? Always constant. I just can't stop it. So yeah, a little bit gutted regarding the medications, because I was hoping I'd have had a consultation sooner. But on the bright side, it's 3 weeks away. It's not 3 months away, which some people have to wait for private stuff tonight. So 3 weeks isn't the end of the world, but a bit deflated. So lastly, it's going to be a couple of weeks until I at least have my consultation for the meds. So what am I going to do in the meantime? I've started quite a few things. I've had delivery of loads of products, actually. I've reached out to quite a few companies who've been quite happy to work together and send me some stuff, and I bought a lot of stuff on my own. So I'm trying very hard, well, I haven't, to not dive in and give everything a go at once, even though it's tempting, but I actually pretty good with stuff like that. I can restrain. So what have I been taking so far? I've got a mushroom blend that I'm taking in the morning with my coffee. Very unique taste. Now I could have chosen loads to start with, loads of companies. I'm hoping to work with Raw Brew potentially and get some stuff and try that. That would be great. Space Goods is on my list. A lot of people have mentioned that. But then when you actually spend a bit of time reading, when you spend a bit of time reading about everything. But yeah, I'm going to definitely try them as well, that mushroom blend, Space Goods. But I've gone for 7 Hills to start with. Now, I think it makes a difference. I'm quite sensitive to anything herbal, so I always have been. If I have like too strong a tea in the morning without breakfast, it makes me feel a bit queasy. Things like antihistamines that are herbal based didn't agree with me. Just the smell of tobacco and weed now would just make me feel sick. So generally, anything natural product, herbal based, and I know mushroom isn't a herb before someone comments that, but anything along those ilks tends to affect me quite strongly. So I feel like that mushroom blend is certainly doing something positive for me, without a doubt. So watch this space. So it's early days, it's only been a handful of days. So I'm gonna continue that and then do a proper review video and try and deep dive into the content and ingredients and what have you, and what exactly I feel. So that's been a positive. I'm really happy with that. I've also been taking Neuropic Pro, which I think makes a big difference as well. Could it just be me? Maybe. But I have tried some other stuff as well, which claims to do the same thing with slightly different dosing, and I don't really feel any benefits. So hopefully not. There's quite a high caffeine dose in Neuropic Pro as well, which is obviously gonna make you feel something. If you had a shot of double espresso, you'd feel something. So yeah, all these things I'm going to go into in a little bit more detail in individual reviews. But so far, and Aura actually, the little mouthpiece to go under your gum, so like a snazz, I've been using those. Certainly feel a difference with those as well. So I feel like there's a lot of positives, and it's really early days, and I've got a ton more stuff to look into and try and do some reviews on. So yeah, a bit of a feeling quite positive. As I said, sun's out. The sun's going to be out. Look at that. Can't buy that. So yeah, stuff that I have tried so far is working. Gutted I can't get a medication review or medication consult for 3 weeks, but it's not the end of the world, have to be real. And generally feeling quite good in myself because I've had a week off. I'm in the middle of a week off. And I'm getting shit done, which often makes me feel a lot more positive. And I'm really hoping I can actually take a big to-do off my list. If not this week, then by another week or two's time, maybe another weekend or so, and get the garden virtually finished, so then I don't have to stress about that. So yeah, pretty good week. Seven Hills Mushroom Blend seems to be working. Neuropic Pro seems to be working. There's a load of stuff that doesn't. And the Aura mouth patches seem to be working. So there's going to be full reviews coming after them. On them. But I just want to wait and give them a proper trial so I can give a proper balanced, impartial review on these things, which I will do. Take care. Have a great day.